Back here in the new Bandidos show, this is Pia Marata with the rest of the students. And of course, with my co-host Javi Padilla from the Yes Pinoy Foundation.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the new Bandidos.
And of course, with
bright
Miss
and
T.
early.
Yes, good morning. Also from the Yes Pinoy Foundation.
Welcome, Tenny.
Welcome. So, okay. We're gonna get ready because our topics again for today very hot. As you know, we're still on the presidential elections or the candidates. Okay, so who's on top?
Grace
Grace Po.
Yeah.
On top. So what's the latest? What's the latest on the survey? Yes, Eunice.
Grace is still on the top of the as based on SWS survey. So next is B9, then Rojas. If I was not mistaken, yesterday it was 24% Grace Po, 22% is B9, and 20% is Rojas. So there's certain part that said na nagtypo because of
Margin of errors.
margin of errors, ma'am.
Sa surveys. Bali 2% yata yung sa SW surveys. So kung 24 yung kay
Grace
Grace
Po.
Po and 22 yung kay D9. So may possibility na tayo sila sa survey na yun because of the 2% marginal errors po.
Yeah, that was the headline, I think. Parang
Yeah.
the three of them are in a statistical tie.
Yeah.
So pretty exciting, no?
I know, right? I mean, who do we choose now?
So that's why the youth have to get involved and find out what these people have done so that they can really see who they should be voting for.
Right. On the line, we have political analyst Professor Ramon Casiple. Professor, good morning. Good morning. We're just talking about the latest on the surveys of the presidential candidates. Sir, what can you tell us about this?
Well, if you're talking of the Pulse Asia, this is the latest, just issued, I think, yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
The predictable numbers there, 27% for Grace Po, I think 21% for Vice President D9, 18% for Secretary Roa.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it defines at this point in time the chances and, of course, the closeness of the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Since the margin of error is plus or minus 3%.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, these three figures means that they're close together. Of course, the number one, the leading one is Senator Grace.
Yes, that's right. Yes, Javi.
Sir Casiple, what do you think about the argument that people say that these surveys are like mind conditioning to the people who are voting?
Well, if we don't know the methodology and there is a gap between reality, meaning events that have been happening during the period of the survey, then that comment may be true. In fact, that's the question with SWS or even Pulse Asia, in that the administration candidate, Secretary Roas, was the one who actually benefited during the past 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
The problem, of course, is that one, there are a lot of issues at the national in scope, which basically or logically means that the ratings would have gone down. And that would include even the ratings of the president. The Balikbayan box, the MRT3, the traffic, the Yolanda rehab failure, the Mama Sapano aftermath, and of course the BBL. All of this tend to support the logical downturn, not upturn, in Secretary Marwa. And when SWS came up with this three-person names as against the usual one vote question, and then they later came out with their own one vote, one person, one vote question. That basically is now a controversy in the community.
Yes,
And,
sir. Because why would you give the voters a chance to name 3 names, I think maybe it was more of a media play.
Yeah.
Well, surveys actually are only a snapshot. I mean, they're not meant to influence votes. It's the politicians who are doing that, using the figures, of course, that are favorable to them. But survey, as it is a policy tool. It's being used in all fields of endeavor in our society, marketing and so on. It's a reliable tool if the methodology is scientific.
But sir, historically, would you say that people who lead in surveys actually end up winning?
Well, most of the time. I'm not saying, and this is not to say that all surveys are correct or even scientific. This is just to say that the reliability of surveys generally makes them credible, meaning that the test of the pudding is in the eating. When you say that this person, this candidate will win, and he really wins, you don't have to explain anything anymore.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, good morning, sir. This is Tenny from Yes Pinoy.
Okay.
My
Okay.
question is that since you're mentioning that this is a very good marketing material for our politicians, I'm sure they are being given ideas also and opportunities in what areas in the Philippines or sectors they need to market more. What can you say about this?
Well, the politicians, when they commission surveys, usually are the ones also who submits the questions for the survey firms to ask the respondents. That's the usual practice in commission surveys. So if they are interested in sectors or area in the country, that's the call of the one who pays.
Okay.
Interesting, sir. So it means it's giving them the leverage to really prepare better their platform, think of the things that they can, really use for their campaign.
Yes, that's true. Platform is, of course, a campaign concept, and it's supposed to win over voters. That's the difference between a platform and a program of government. Because the program of government is the one you implement when you win, and it's not necessarily one-to-one correspondence. And survey, in the case of the platform, serves the purpose of making sure that the problems, for example, the people in a particular sector or area, can be contained in your platform.
Yes, Albert.
Good morning, sir. I am Albert Rosales from the PUP. So, ang tanong ko lang po, as a political analyst po, though it's too early to tell, out of these 3, sino pa sa tingin niyo po yung aangat pa sa survey bukod kay Poe, Binay, and Rojas, sir?
Well, depende yan, ano? Kung sino pa yung magsasabi, natatakbo sila. Kasi sa ngayon, tatatlo pa lang yung nagsasalita, at usually may lamang sila sa iba kasi siyempre, sigurado na yung mga tao natatakbo itong tatlo. Ako, I anticipate may magdedeklara pa. Pero mahirap itong sabihin at this time na sigurado. No? Ang ano dito, ang trend naman, kung halimbawa, we came to the 3, yan ang seryosong kandidato mag-file ng candidacy, then the vote will be divided among the 3. Depende na yan kung paano nila hahatapin yung boto
Yeah.
sa iba't ibang lugar at iba't ibang sektor.
Sir, follow-up question. How about Davao City Mayor Duterte? Tingin niyo po ba may edge siya if ever na mag-declare siya ng candidacy for president?
Well, everyone has his strong points and the weak points. Mayor Duterte, of course, is an outdoor guy, Pero ang problem niya actually at this now, as of today, is that he has already said he will not run.
Yes.
And that basically eliminates you.
Yeah.
But the upside to that is Duterte is known for last-minute decisions. Even when running as mayor, ano yan eh, nagpa-file yan ng kandidato last minute, last hour, last minute. Before that, sabihin niya, di ako tatakbo, tapos bigyan mo profile. So, hindi ko sinasara yung pinto sa kanya. Yeah.
Okay, sir, thank you.
Do you believe, sir, that Grace Poe will remain on top?
Well, trend of course, if you're talking trends today, mukhang ganon. Pero kung pag-usapan natin yung actual na sitwasyon, nobody knows ano mga issue, ano yung mga mangyayari pa. Malayo pa yung election. Anything can happen.
Yeah. It's still too soon, yes, Abby.
Sir, sir, a lot of our politics for the past decades are personality based on who's popular, who has a good father, good background. When do you think we will eventually transform into politics of platform?
Yeah.
Do you think the Philippines has a hope in that aspect?
Of course, to a certain extent in the past before Marcelo, when parties were still very strong in relation to individual candidates, the parties have platforms, real platforms, meaning they debate on issues, they debate on their policies. The problem up to there with regards to personalistic politics is that the family, the clan, or the dynasty basically decides instead of the party or the political groups that you belong to. The parties now are basically weak. And wala, sunod-sunuran sa pamilya. Ang mga nagde-decide kung sino tatakbo, kung sino may pera, sino may network, sino yung may malaki talagang puhunan na ginagastos dyan.
Any other questions?
Sir?
Eunice, go ahead.
I say, sir, this is Eunice from PUP. So, based on this survey rating, sir, what do you think is the reason of pagiging mataas na Grace Poe? Is it about the sympathy of the people regarding her citizenship issue? Sa tingin niyo po, ano po yung nagpapataas dun? Or mas marami yung sa tingin, nagpabor in favor of Grace Poe, sir?
Well, ironically, tingin ko, but this has to be backed up, of course, by rigorous research. Yung mga tao, fed up na with trapo politics.
Yes,
Ang problem, wala namang lumilitaw dyan na may kakayahan at kumbaga politiko na matino. Grace Poe is not a politician. Kung alam niyo naman yung history niya.
Yes, sir.
Baguhan siya. Well, she may become trapo later, but as of today, ang perception ng tao sa kanya, non-politician na may tatay na dinaya at pumasok sa kanyang pagka-senador to demonstrate, I think, yung taglaban, sabi nga niya, yung nangyari sa tatay niya. And she won as number one in record numbers. First time na may isang kandidato lumampas ng 20 million ang boto niya.
Okay,
So when she ran today for presidency, the same situation holds. Kasi yung nangyari kay Fernando Poe Jr. in 2004 was never close. And for many voters, tingin nila dinaya. And this is the payback time. So it's not really a question kung meron na siyang track record or what. Mabigat yung usapin na anak siya ng tatay niya. At so far, ang tingin sa kanya, non-politician, and she's doing good sa Senate. All of those things basically adds to her attraction.
Tenny?
Yes, sir. If you will be giving us an advice, the public, ano kaya yung 3 bagay na dapat hanapin namin sa susunod nating presidente?
Well, isa lang, ibigay ko sa'yo. Ilagay mo position mo as an employer. Boss.
Interesting.
Diba, boss tayo. Sabi nga ni Presidente. Ang simple lang naman ang hinahanap ng isang boss pag nag-hire siya ng employee. Kaya ba niya trabaho?
Yes.
Of course, nakakabit yan maraming usapin. Integrity, competence, usapin ng madali siyang kausapin, malapit sa mga tao, sa mga kapwa ng empleyado, team player, etc. Pero ang primordial na question dyan na dapat sagutin ng bawat botante, ito bang bubutuhin ko kaya ng presidente? So, pero tingnan nyo, ano ba ginagawa ng presidente? And remember, experience is not part of the criteria. Lahat ng papasok sa presidente, baguhan yan. Even the vice president doesn't have the experience necessary to be a president. Iba kasi, yung position.
Okay. Sir, last question. In the same SWS survey, but considering with different questions, results were different in the number 2 and the number 3 position. Do the results also depend on the method of questioning? Like, what is more effective, top of mind questioning or selection from a list?
Okay, ulit. Ano yung essence ng tanong mo?
I'm sorry.
Hello?
Hello, sir. What's more effective when it comes to like the survey? In terms of questioning, no, is it more effective when you're doing a top of mind questioning or selection from just a list?
Well, it depends on the, one, on your objectives. And second, yung sitwasyon, ano? For example, sa presidency, you cannot, this is a personal opinion, you cannot make a list and ask people to choose from.
Hello? Hello? Oh, sorry. We got cut. We'll be right back. We'll be right back here with Professor Mon Casiple. Hello? Okay, we'll be right back here with Professor Mon Casiple. In the meantime, we have a field reporter. Yes, go ahead, Nicole Ashley. Nicole Ashley Gundran.
Hello. Good morning, Ma'am Pia.
Good morning. Welcome to the New Bandidos show. Go ahead.
Okay po. I'm Nicole Ashley Gundran from the Polytechnic University of the Philippines. Andito po ako ngayon sa kahabaan ng North EDSA Avenue. Ang traffic po dito ay very, very light hanggang near road po. Wala rin po akong nakikitang mga students from different school dahil nga po regular holiday.
Yeah.
And that is a very good thing for students and some workers na walang pasok ngayon. Hindi nila mararanasan yung traffic mamaya na malamang moderate to heavy na. Medyo madaling sumakay ngayon dahil yung mga sasakyan o yung mga public utility vehicles natin ay hindi puno kaya makaka-accommodate sila ng mga passengers.
Hindi katulad, ang alam ko sa mga from your classmates kagabi talagang grabeng-grabe daw traffic. Hindi nyo alam kung ano nangyayari sa area ninyo at paano kayo uuwi. Lumalayo pa yata kayo sa school, no?
Sa school.
Just to get a ride.
Opo.
Nako,
Minsan
napakahirap.
po kami.
Come in. Go ahead, Nicole Ashley.
Ayun nga po, nahihirapan po kami humanap ng masasakyan, lalo na po pag traffic talaga. Lumalayo pa kami dun mismo kung saan kami pwedeng mas malapit makauwi.
Oo nga eh. Yung mga kaklase nyo dito, nakatira sa may Mega Mall, pero from PUP Santa Mesa, halimbawa, ay pupunta pa ng Quiapo para makasakay. Aba naman, Diyos ko Lord.
Layo
Diba?
po.
So, salamat naman na holiday ngayon at may chance kayo makapagpahinga rin, di ba? At, participate sa New Bandidos show.
Yes.
Dahil tong show na to ay para sa inyo. Di ba?
Okay po.
Maraming salamat sa iyo, New Bandido Nicole Ashley Gundran. Good morning, Sir Casiple. Professor.
Morning.
Sorry po, we got cut. And in going back to my question, you were saying it would depend, no? Like, it's not a matter of a list.
Well, the question if you do a survey, it depends on the situation, depends on the objectives. At I'm actually speaking of an example. I just present a survey about the presidential candidate. You cannot make a list, I think, now.
Yes.
Because nobody knows who the candidates are
Right.
until file their candidacies.
Yes.
The proper time to ask voters whom they would vote for using a list would be when after they filed the candidacy. Kung meron nagsasabi dyan, parang select from the list, you have to carefully dissect what is actually the content of the question. But for example, Paul says use a list, but then they allowed the respondent to add more names.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bit more okay. But the ideal there would be no list at all.
Right. And considering what you're saying that whether it's not a matter of experience, right? Then the list really, in the end wouldn't really matter or have so much basis.
Yes, the survey must be closer to the reality in order to be more credible. For
Right.
example, using trainings or asking for trainings
Mm-hmm,
for just one position is definitely questionable.
Right.
And we have questioned that kind of methodology.
Right. Yes, Javi.
Professor, we have a very popular movie now, General Luna, where he's very hot-headed, but he was getting things done. Do you think we need someone like him nowadays in the political landscape, a modern-day General Luna?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's debatable. Meaning, it really depends on you as a voter. If you think that kind of a leader is what you want, there are positive and negative arguments actually regarding that. For example, a hot-headed person, that includes Antonio Luna, may really be hard-headed,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
meaning it's not easily swayed by argument. And if you're in a leadership position, that's a disaster
mm-hmm,
because nobody knows exactly what's the correct policy at the start. Usually you have a process of consultation, meetings, and so on. And if the leader is not open to other opinions, then you have a problem. But
Right.
I'm not saying that Antonio Luna is hard-headed.
mm-hmm.
But usually hot-headed in a leader is usually associated with hard-headedness.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, Professor. Thank you so much for spending the time with us and the new Bandidos here on DZRJ 810 a.m. I hope you have a good day.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning. Maraming salamat po.